Good evening, you're watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques handed over to His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed. Assigned by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Shabib bin Taimur presides over the annual royal horse race. His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed inaugurates the National University for Science and Technology. And the Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council reviews the recent updates on oil prices and their possible effects on state's general budget for the fiscal year 2019. Those were the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos received a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques, King Salman bin Abdulaziz Al Saud of Saudi Arabia, related to an invitation to attend the 39th Gulf Cooperation Council Summit of Their Majesties and Highnesses, the leaders of the GCC countries, due to be held in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia during this month. The message was handed over to His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for the Council of Ministers, when he received His Excellency Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani, Secretary General of the GCC countries, who conveyed the greetings and best wishes of the custodian of the two holy mosques to His Majesty the Sultan and the government. His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Saeed asked the guests to convey the greetings and best wishes of His Majesty the Sultan to the custodian of the two holy mosques with further progress and prosperity. His Highness Sayyid Fahad also stressed that the Sultanate, under the leadership of His Majesty the Sultan, is always keen to promote the Gulf Cooperation Council and the brotherly ties between the two countries to achieve the aspirations of the Gulf people towards a prosperous future with peace and stability. The meeting dealt with exchange of views on the issues on the agenda of the upcoming summit, which will strengthen ties in order to preserve achievements of the GCC countries. From his part, the Secretary General of the GCC expressed his best wishes and thanks to His Majesty the Sultan for the continuous support of the GCC and its General Secretariat to serve the common Gulf interest. The meeting was attended by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs. Assigned by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos, His Highness Sayyid Shabib bin Taimur Al Saeed presided over the annual royal horse race organized by the Diwan of Royal Court, represented by the Royal Cavalry, was held at Timsa racetrack in the Wilaya of Nizwa. The race included 5 rounds allocated for the pure Arabian horses. The horse Adrak of the Royal Cavalry won the first round, which was called Kal'at Nizwa, for a distance of 1,200 meters. The Royal Cavalry horse Hadiya won the second round, Kalhat Bahla, for a distance of 1,200 meters. The third round, Husn Stamail, for the distance of 1,600 meters, was won by Khuzan for Sheikh Salim Al Fayrouz. Round 4, Husn Adam, for a distance of 1,600 meters, was won by Lahib horse of the Royal Cavalry. In Husn al-Shamukh round, which was the jockeys competed for the cup of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos for the distance of 1,600 meters, the winning horse was Mysore from the Royal Cavalry. On the sidelines of the race, a number of equestrian shows were also performed along with traditional art. At the end, His Highness Sayyid Shabib bin Taimur Al Saeed handed over His Majesty's cup and prizes to the winners of the race. A celebration was held today for the launching of the National University for Science and Technology, which included 3 colleges: Science and Medical College, Engineering College and Pharmacy College. The inauguration ceremony held under the auspices of His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Saeed, Deputy Prime Minister for International Relations and Cooperation Affairs and Special Representative of His Majesty the Sultan. The colleges will work through 4 branches: College of Engineering located in South Al Hail, Medical College located in Sohar, the Foundation Educational Center in Airport Heights, and Pharmacy College at the University Building in Bosher. Enhancing cooperation in parliamentary and shura fields between the Sultanate and Indonesia was discussed by His Excellency Dr. Yahya bin Mahfoud Al-Mantari, Chairman of the State Council, with His Excellency Muhammad Hidayat Noor, Vice Chairman of the People Consultative Assembly of the Republic of Indonesia, who currently visited the Sultanate. During the meeting, Indonesian Vice Chairman of the People Consultative Assembly valued the role of the Sultanate led by His Majesty Sultan Qaboos in serving international peace and security, showing keenness of Indonesian People's Consultative Assembly to coordinate with the Council of Oman towards issues discussed in international parliamentary events. Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council reviewed during its meeting today with recent updates on oil prices and its possible effect on state's general budget for the fiscal year 2019. The meeting also discussed financial precautionary measures to face any sharp decline in prices compared to the estimated price in the budget project in order to ensure not committing to estimated deficit and unable to overcome it. The meeting reviewed some reports related to activating customization program in energy sector and amendments on a number of standards related to non-Omanese companies' participation in future electricity projects. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Darwish bin Ismail Al-Balushi, Minister responsible for Financial Affairs, Vice Chairman of the Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council. Discussing the agenda of the 39th Gulf Cooperation Council Summit of the GCC countries, due to be held in Riyadh in Saudi Arabia this month, topped the meeting between His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible of Foreign Affairs, and His Excellency Dr. Abdul Latif bin Rashid Al Zayani, Secretary General of the GCC countries. The two sides reviewed the efforts exerted to enhance the march of the Cooperation Council to achieve the joint goals and the aspiration of the Gulf people towards a prosperous future with good and stability. Still to come in our news bulletin. The Berlin Zoo in Germany has a new addition, a polar bear cub. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman Television. Within the framework of cooperation between the Sultanate and International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, the Sultanate hosts a workshop on the phenomena of phytoplankton. A number of experts from various Asian countries took part in the workshop with the aim to enhance the skills and capabilities to ensure the sustainability of technologies in combating this harmful phenomena. During the workshop, the experts stressed that the past few years, the harmful algae breeding spread, endangering marine life and fish. It is also considered a risk for public health and economy in various countries, especially those that depend on seafood as a main source of protein and economic growth. The workshop was presided over by His Excellency Dr. Hamid bin Saeed Al Ofi, Under-Secretary of the Ministry of Agriculture and Fisheries Wealth. With the participation of 240 companies specialized in various industries field, the activities of Made in Qatar 2018 kicked off today at Oman Convention and Exhibition Center. The four-day exhibition is organized by Qatar Chamber of Commerce and Industry in cooperation with Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry. The opening ceremony was presided over by His Excellency Yahya bin Saeed Al Jabri, head of the Board of Directors of the Public Authority for Investment Promotion and Export Development. A school for those with intellectual disabilities in the Governorate of Muscat launched the project of greenhouse for some crops and plants. It was organized in cooperation with various bodies and within the keenness of the school to find new training and qualification opportunities for the students. According to the project, and students will be trained on the methods of planting and harvesting crops. Rejoicing the 48th Glorious National Day, Directorate General of Education in the Governorate of Muscat organized a musical evening entitled I Love My Country. The evening included musical pieces and nasheeds being performed by male and female students from various schools of the Governorate. The participants expressed their love and pride of the National Day. The event was presided over by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Omar Al Marhoun, Minister of Civil Service. The energy-rich Arab nation of Qatar announced today it will withdraw from OPEC in January, mixing its aspirations to increase production outside of the cartel's constraints. The surprise announcement from Qatar's Minister of State for Energy Affairs, Saad Sharida Al-Ghabi, again throws into question the role of the cartel after needing non-members to push through a production cut in 2016 after prices crashed below $30 a barrel. Qatar, the world's largest exporter of liquefied natural gas, planned to increase its export from 77 million tons of gas per year to 110 million tons. He also said Qatar wants to raise its oil production. Qatar produces only some 600,000 barrels of crude oil a day, making it OPEC 11th biggest producer. Qatar, a country of 2.6 million people, where citizens make up over 10% of the population, discovered its offshore North Field gas deposit in 1971, the same year it became independent. OPEC, or the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, was formed in 1960 as a reaction to Western domination of the oil industry. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres has appealed to world leaders to take seriously the threat of global warming and take bold action to avert a catastrophic rise in temperatures. Speaking at a news conference during the UN summit in Katowice, Poland, Guterres called the realities of climate change worse than expected, adding that the political will to fight climate change has relatively faded after Paris. The UN chief chided countries, particularly those most responsible for greenhouse gas emissions, for failing to do enough to meet the goals of the Paris Climate Accord. The 2015 agreement set a goal of keeping global warming well below 2 degrees Celsius, ideally 1.5 degrees Celsius by the end of the century. Guterres urged countries to aim for net zero emissions by 2050 and radically reduce the use of fossil fuel such as coal. A U.S.-Chinese ceasefire on tariffs gives jittery companies and investors a respite, but is no sign that the two sides have changed stances in war over Beijing's technology ambitions that threatens the chill goal economic growth. Today, Asian stock market welcomed President Donald Trump's agreement to postpone U.S. tariffs hikes on Chinese goods for 90 days while the two sides negotiate. Chinese President Xi Jinping promised in exchange to buy more American exports. Trump imposed a tariff hike of 25% on $50 billion of the Chinese imports in July over complaints Beijing steals or pressures companies to hand over technology. Trump hit an additional $200 billion of Chinese goods with a 10% tariff that has hidden due to rise to the 25% on January the 1st. China retaliated by raising its own charges on U.S. imports. Polar bear Tonya has given birth to a cub at Berlin Zoo. The first 10 days are taken to the survival of the newborn bear, so visitors to the zoo won't be able to see the cub. Tonya and her cub won't leave their enclosure until spring, when they will be seen in public. The Berlin Zoo, the birth of its happy occasion after its famous polar bear Nut died in 2011. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over most of the governorates, with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorates of Dhahira, South Sharqiya, Wusta and Dhofar. Winds will be north to northwesterly to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. This is the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos receives a written message from the custodian of the two holy mosques handed over to His Highness Sayyid Fahad bin Mahmoud Al Said. As signed by His Majesty the Sultan, His Highness Sayyid Shabib bin Taimur presides over the annual royal horse race. His Highness Sayyid As'ad bin Tariq Al Said inaugurates the National University for Science and Technology. And the Financial Affairs and Energy Resources Council reviews the recent updates on oil prices and their possible effects on the state's general budget for the fiscal year 2019. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the studios and the newsroom, it's good night.